Greetings. I am Dr. Karen Ivy, host and developer of US to Uganda Connections. US to Uganda Connections is an international program designed using technology to inspire and empower youth to develop early international awareness, educational exchange, and leadership development by connecting them with youth of other cultures and backgrounds. Our US to Uganda Connections partner schools are May Christian College in Kumba, located in Entebbe, Uganda. Our host instructor is Jumba Cyprian. And our other partner school is Sims Fayola International Academy, under the direction of Dr. Dedrick Sims, Executive Director and Founder. Our host instructor for Sims Fayola Academy is Rebecca Sanders. Enjoy your learning journey as the students from Uganda and the United States share Picture My World. Picture My World is a photography cultural project where students from both countries share their pictures and narratives as they tell their cultural story. Be inspired as we listen to our global leaders of tomorrow. Picture My World, US to Uganda.
So my name is Charles Wasser. I'm 16 and I live in Denver, Colorado. And I have a little dog. His name is Madison. He's a miniature schnauzer. He's basically like a brother to me, but he disturbs me a lot. And like I said, I'm 16. I'm about 6'1", 6'1" tall. I love playing video games and soccer. I have my mom. She's friendly. She loves engaging people in conversations, and she loves hiking. So I live in a suburb. My neighborhood is a typical trail. It usually has a sidewalk or something, and I mostly bike on it. This is my city. I live in Denver, Colorado, but I spend my time some other places. I usually love the mountains, so obviously I escort my mom to the mountains, and from the mountains you could see the entire city around. It's wonderful. In Denver, Colorado, we have summer and winter, but we usually have 4 different seasons: spring, summer, winter, and fall. During the summertime, I posted a picture of during summer and winter, so you could see a sharp contrast between the both seasons. And there are probably many churches in my community. We have the Potter's House of Denver. It's probably the biggest that I know of. And I go to to a chartered all-boys school. It's called Sims Fayula International Academy, Denver, Colorado. I love my school. So in Denver, we have synagogues and mosques. We have one of the largest mosques in Denver. It's close to the University of Denver, and we have many synagogues. One of the main synagogues is the Emmanuel Temple of Denver. This is revered because it has Eastern designs, like from Turkey and from the East, and it's just a nice place to be. And so we are divided into certain districts, and we have Tufel Hendon. He controls on District 11, which means he represents everyone in my district in the Senate. So here we have Denver, Colorado Capitol. It's a big building. It's basically a place where our House of Representatives meets to pass laws and debate about topics that affect us. And the governor of my state is Governor John Hickenlooper. He became the governor of Colorado on January 11th, 2011. And what I do during my spare time, I love playing games. I mostly play a game called F-18 Carrier Landing. It's basically like a flight simulator game. I control planes, land in airports, land on carriers. It's just basically fun. And during my spare time, I also play Minecraft. Minecraft is pretty awesome. It's a game where you build and design castles. I build everything from like castles, farmlands, cities, and even shipping ports. It's a game. It's basically a software on the computer. I downloaded Minecraft to my iPad, so it's usually easier for me. But I could get in a multiplayer level and play with other kids. So basically, we build houses, build cities, and everything. It's basically blocks, building blocks. Also, during my spare time, I try to walk my mom's dog. It's also my dog. I haven't really made a choice, but usually I have a lot of choices. I did a career cluster, and I would probably be a computer system analyst or a computer software engineer, or moving from a computer field, I could go into engineering. I could be an aerospace engineer. In my opinion, a good leader is someone or something that take responsibility for everything. Not really basically everything, but he or she takes responsibility for their actions and try to work on improving anything they get wrong. For example, I could take myself as an example. When I feel something, I work hard on it and then be successful in it. So a good leader is someone that teaches. He or she doesn't really teach it, but he directs people to do the right thing. I'm Kyrie Page. I'm 15. I go to Sinsville International Academy. I'm in 10th grade. I also am a swimmer. 5th grade, I started swimming for really competitively, and I'm 11 seconds off Olympic time. So if I drop down from 11 seconds, I would be at Olympic time. I could probably go to Olympics in 2016. Okay, so my presentation, this first slide, the second slide would be a picture of me and my family and different trips we've gone on, and like just happy moments that we captured, like pictures in New York and California, ones of the America. And one of the pictures is a picture of my niece. And so we travel a lot due to her cheerleading competitions, which go in Vegas, Virginia Beach, and sometimes in Florida. We travel a lot due to her, and so we're traveling. We travel a lot. It's like the city I live in Denver. I live in Denver, but I live in the community of Montbello, which has Montbello High School, and it's home to the Montbello Warriors, which is one of the where I swim for. Which I'm a warrior for swimming. Um, it has a lot of activities to do, going to the park to play basketball, hanging out with friends, or even going swimming at the swimming pool, playing football. It's a really diverse and happy community. Montbello is a community is located in Denver. They just call it Montbello because it's a different community than the other communities around the city of Denver. And so driving from my house to school every day is 10 minutes, maybe even it's 10 minutes by depending on how fast you're going and and which way you go. Because there's many different ways you can go to get here to school and get home. It's not really a long trip, maybe just 5 to 10 minutes. Slide 4 is the same thing. It's just telling you more about Montbello and where I come from. Slide 5 is where I go to my church, my community, and school. Uh, there's a picture of my church, which is called Restoration Christian Fellowship, and uh, my school says Fayola International Academy, and our seal, what we stand for, is what's in our seal. Uh, there's many different things like global awareness, the Spartan helmet, which is our motto, like who we are. The lantern, which is like for studying, and the swords that go down, the swords, therefore telling how we are like for honor. Slide 7. In my government, we have a democracy. We have a president named Barack Obama. We have an executive branch, which is the president in charge of legislative, which is the governors, and senators work in to help with laws. And the judicial branch are the judges that run the Supreme Court, which they handle like major cases between different kinds of different really big incidents that happen in the U.S. Slide 8 is the pictures of like of the government, and it tells you which one is exactly where it goes. Like the one it says the United States Congress is under the House of Congress, the President is under the White House, and the Supreme Court is under the judicial branch, which shows the seals of all three of them, which they all look the same. It's, it all looks the same, but they all mean different things. Number 9 is my spare time. My spare time is mostly hanging out with my friends, going to parties, and going to like Nightmare and trips to different places and hanging out, and mostly just taking pictures of myself. Another part of my spare time is vacations with my family. One, I went to the Great Wolf Lodge in Dallas, Texas. Another is on the beach. I went to New York. My swim competitions and my birthday party I had.
That is absolutely excellent. You mentioned you recently received an award for your swimming.
Yes, I got an award in I got a third place award for being third in the city of Denver in recreational swimming.
Wonderful, wonderful. Keep that up too, because swimming equals scholarships when you want to go to college. So keep that moving. That is wonderful.
I want to go into real estate and do commercial real estate. I've had an interest in it for a very long time. I got into it because of my uncle, and he used to do real estate, and so he gave me a lot of like advice on what to do when you go into real estate, and the kind of real estate you want to pick would be commercial real estate, which I want to do when I get out of high school. I would describe a leader as a person who takes charge and leads in the right direction, other than a person that leads in the wrong direction. It's a positive person that does the right thing when everybody is looking and when nobody's looking at him, and just making sure that everything runs in line.
I'm Austin Ball. I'm 16. I'm in the 10th grade. Slide 1 is a picture of my family. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. So, kind of big family. And Slide 2 is I lived in Seattle. Is a continued slide of my family. I lived in Seattle for 6 years, and one of their biggest things is a Space Needle, and the picture on that page is representing me and the family that I was with at the time. My environment, city and town, is on slide 3. I live in Denver, Colorado. It's the capital of Colorado, which I see it's a very neat and organized society. There's not too much that doesn't happen that nobody else knows about. I play for the Montbello, my community and schools on church floor, and I play for the Montbello basketball team. I don't attend church because I don't have much time, and my neighborhood is very racially balanced. Slide 5 is the government. We have democracy split into 3 main branches, which is the executive branch, which is the area of the president's authority. The next slide is the legislative branch, which controls the age of voting and the more of the rights that we can get. And then the last branch is the judicial branch, in which we elect the voting, which is they're picked by the president, and they're the judges for our Supreme Court, which handle any major case that happens in the United States. On slide 7 is my spare time. On my spare time, I like to play on my PlayStation. On slide 10, I like to play basketball, which is a major part of my spare time since I play that for a sport as well. Professional athlete or graphic art design.
Okay, so from an athletic standpoint, what different types of sports are you involved in?
Basketball, football, and track.
And you play actively on all of those?
Yes.
Wonderful. Are you good?
Yes.
You said that very confidently, so you must be really good. Is that right?
Yes. Outgoing, able to persevere through any kind of situation, and can direct people on how to do the right thing instead of falling under the peer pressure of them to do the wrong.
Alright, so my name is Ezekiel. I'm 16 years old. I live in Denver, Colorado, just like everyone else. I go to Sims Fayola International Academy. Yep. Slide 2 is a picture of my mom. She's a nurse. And my grandma and my cousin. Yeah, my grandma's my life. Slide 3, I live in Colorado. There's a picture of it. Well, Denver. That's downtown Denver. It's pretty cool. I mean, for a teenager, there's not really anything to do, but unless go to parties or, yeah, that's pretty much it. My community where I live, is kind of boring also. There's really nothing to do but ride the train and go downtown. Questions?
Sure. A couple of things. Remember, whenever you're talking to someone in a different country, sometimes when we say something like, I ride the train, to them, a train may, have a different image or different physical factor altogether. So I know when you said I ride the train, you're talking about the light rail, right?
Yeah.
You're not talking, for example, the Amtrak train. So,
No.
Yeah, so why don't you describe to the Uganda students what riding the light rail is? Describe what it is, because that's something that's different than what they have in their country.
Well, the light rail really is it's just a quick way to get from place to place. It's kind of like a car actually, just a lot of random people on there. So yeah, it's the light rail. There's a lot of say like neighborhood activities that go along, but I really don't go to those because they're kind of boring. There's a lot of old people. Yeah, and slide 5 is a picture of my school, Sims Fayola International Academy. There's a picture of the robotics team. I'm on the robotics team. I got to coach my own younger robotics team. That was pretty fun. I thought it was pretty cool. Slide 6, I have a picture of the Capitol of Denver, the Capitol building. It's a pretty big building. They just got done doing construction on it. So I can't wait to go visit that again. They have a picture of my president, Barack Obama. They have a picture of the White House. Barack Obama is in Washington, D.C. Um, that's where the White House is, and I would love to go there one day. Slide 7. I like to play a lot of video games, watch movies a lot. Um, that's one thing you can do in Colorado is go to the movies. Uh, play video games is really what I do. I haven't really thought too much into that. Maybe something in like CIA, like intelligence gathering. So yeah.
That's pretty cool. And why are you interested in that?
I don't know. It just fascinates me. I would describe a good leader as a person that takes charge. When something goes down, he he takes responsibility for that.
My name is Nick McKinney. I attend Sans Fail International Academy and I'm 16 years old. I'm starting on slide 2. On slide 2, I have a picture of me and my 2 older brothers. And what we usually do is we go and help my auntie's church. My auntie, she's a pastor at a church. So we help her like setting up for events and whatever she needs help with. And I'm going to slide 3. Slide 3, I put a picture of my city and town. It's pretty big and it's nice at nighttime because it lights up. Slide 3, got another picture of my city, Denver, Colorado. Slide 5, I put a picture of my school where I attend. Slide 6, I put a picture of my school's community. We have a skate park and that's it. Slide 7, I put a picture of the government and the staff. Well, our government is pretty good at working and passing laws, good laws, and helping out the state. And any laws that aren't good or that are harmful, they try to work to get rid of them. And then slide 8, I put a picture of where I like to go on my spare time. I put Northfield. It's a shopping center in Denver. It's pretty big. I want to start my own business.
What kind of business?
Construction and a shoe store.
Okay, construction and a shoe store. Those are 2 separate ends of the scale there. Why are you interested in both of those?
Because I'm a huge fan of Jordans. I like to wear Jordans. And construction because I like to do landscape.
Landscape such as the trees, the grass, and formations of plants there? Yeah. And you sound as if you've been doing that. You actually do that right now?
Yeah.
How did you start getting that experience? Do you have a father or uncle who's in the business or something?
My grandpa
is in the business and you work along with him?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's an awesome way to get experience. That is wonderful.
I would say someone that takes power of what needs to be done. How their community looks.
Yes. And I do know from looking at their presentations, they have lots of pictures to show of their community. It is very beautiful as well. They have a lot of trees and mountains. Landscape somewhat similar in ways to what we have here in Colorado. But they also have the ocean there and beachfront. So they'll be sure to share all of that information with you guys when you see their presentations. Thank you very much. You did an awesome job.
You're welcome.
Yeah. My name's Ian Hernandez. I was born in January 6, 1998. I live in Denver, Colorado. I attend Timsville International Academy. Um, yeah, that's my information. Um, this is my family. That one sitting next to me is my mom. Oh, that's slide two, by the way. That one sitting next to me is my mom, and the other little kid is my little brother. This is me. This is my mom and my little brother at Mount Rushmore. Went there for vacation this past summer because me and my mom didn't have anything else to do here in Colorado, so took a trip. Um, yeah, that's some places we've been to together, and yeah. This is the Colorado where I live. That's Denver, the city, and that's just some part of the mountains, like up in the mountains. And that's downtown. This one, that one at the bottom right corner. Yeah, that's slide three. This is slide four, and these are just like some other pictures of Denver, you know, little park and yeah, downtown. And this is my school. That was last year's teachers, and that's Mr. Sims, the founder of the school. And these are some of the local activities that are in my community, like mall and the rec center, and some other main schools in the main school is Montbello, and that's just a mall, and like pools and stuff, like to go swimming and stuff. I don't really know anything about my government, but these are some pictures of what it looks like, like City Hall and stuff like that. And these are just some other pictures of what City Hall looks like. And in my spare time, I like to go to the car meets on Sundays, and I like working on cars, and stuff like that, like mechanics and stuff, you know.
You talked about, you have some pictures that you took of the mountains, the Colorado mountains. I think you talked through that on some of your photos. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but we went up to the mountains, and like it was like a camping trip or something, and then like it's like a little house, and then like you could sleep there and cook and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like you could go exploring and stuff. Like there was like the mountain, you can go up the mountain, and then you could go like in the little river and stuff, like the areas around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could go exploring.
And see, that information is very interesting to the students from Uganda because they're trying to get an image of exactly where we live here in Denver. So let me ask you, when you hear about snow, when the mountains get an awful lot of snow going on up there in the mountains, do we always get that same type of snow down here in Denver? Is it always the same, or is our climate's a little different down here in Denver versus up in the mountains?
Well, I would say it's a little different because sometimes it's like snowy up in the mountains, and then it's calm down here.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was thinking on becoming a mechanic.
Mm-hmm. And I think you said you work on cars already, right?
Yeah, I help my dad when he works on his cars and stuff like that.
And so how old were you? You probably know a little bit about cars. That's what you sound like.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. How old were you when you started working with your dad on cars?
Well, I started. I live with my stepdad, so I help my stepdad with cars. I was into cars since I was like 4, but I didn't really like know anything about it until like I met my stepdad, and then like he's the one that got me into like rebuilding engines and stuff like that. And then that was when I was like 9, 10, around there. So yeah, that's like 6, 7 years.
Uh-huh. But that 6 or 7 years of very good experience you now have in understanding cars by working with your stepdad.
Yes.
That's excellent.
Good leader would be like a person that always does the right thing for him, like to help others, trying to help people out, and then never gives up, and works hard for what that person believes in, and then doesn't just think about himself, thinks about other people around him, and helps. Not he doesn't like that person just like rather give stuff out than receiving things. Um, I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Someone mentally strong. Their community, like what is it, what it's like their lifestyles and stuff like that.
Okay, all right. Well, they will be hearing and listening to your video, and they will come prepared to share back out to you their community and what it means to live in Entebbe. That's the name of the city where their school is, Entebbe.
Okay.
Excellent job, Mr. Hernandez. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done and good job to our global leaders of today and tomorrow. You are inspiring. And remember, let nothing dim the light which shines from within you. From your U.S. to Uganda host instructors and Dr. Karen Ivy, much success to you.